Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and NewsChannel5.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast, and a very good one we have for you, I guarantee. The Director of Community Relations for the Cleveland Browns, Jenner Takancic, joins me this morning to talk about the Browns' First and 10 campaign, which encourages fans to volunteer. Later on, we'll hear from Lori Washington and Vicki Hart of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. They'll tell us about International Awareness Day. And on the broadcast after that, Tracy Jadlos and Kristen Baird Adams will share information about Rock the Catwalk. It's an annual event hosted by the Women's Leadership Council of the United Way of Greater Cleveland. Good morning, everybody. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, and so we begin. We're kicking off, I should say, with somebody from the Cleveland Browns, Jenner Takancic, Director of Community Relations for the Cleveland Browns. How are you doing, Jenner?
I'm doing great. Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. I hope the Cleveland Browns are going to do well. They are my favorite professional football team.
That is so good to hear. They're my favorite, too. So.
And NewsChannel5 is glad to be the official partner, media partner with the Cleveland Browns this year. So
yes,
we're glad to have that relationship. Good to have you on the broadcast. You're here to talk about the Browns' First and 10 campaign. You brought some little things with you, which we'll get a shot of. Tell me, what is the First and 10 campaign?
The First and 10 program is actually relatively new. In June, in just about over a month, we will be celebrating the one-year anniversary. And what it is, it's a statement and it's a call to action, really. It's about the Cleveland Browns on the field. When you think of First and 10, you're thinking that we're going to score a touchdown, we want to win the game, and we're going to get to better things. Well, off the field, it also means something very impactful, and it means that all of us can make a difference in the community if we just make a commitment, a First and 10 commitment, which is to give 10 hours of community service to make your community better. And that's what I'm here to talk about today, is that all of us, it's Sunday morning, you're sitting at home, you know, your week's off to a good start, and it's about what are you going to do to make a difference in your community? And have you made a pledge? Have you thought about it? Is it something, you know, simple in your neighborhood, or is it something on a larger scale, a global scale?
So people can pick out something that's positive and good and work in that and be inspired by the Cleveland Browns' First and 10 campaign.
Exactly. We know the dog pound isn't just in Cleveland. It's global. It's national. We have fans in Nebraska. And while we have a list of community partners on our website of those that we are working with here in the local Greater Cleveland community to make a difference, we know that in Nebraska there might be a Browns fan that wants to do something meaningful in their neighborhood. And we want to encourage that. And we want the fan to pledge to give 10 hours of community service. Go online, tell us your story, tell us what you're doing, and if you happen to be on a Twitter account, use the hashtag Give10 and inspire our fans. Inspire our fans across the nation. We've
got that clevelandbrowns.com/community.
Yes.
clevelandbrowns.com/community. We got that at the bottom of the screen. Now, the Browns are being involved in this, too. I mean,
absolutely.
Because they are not only playing football, they're not only throwing and catching, tackling, and doing all the things they do, but they're involved in the community as well.
Exactly. From ownership down, everyone is very committed to making a difference. And again, in their own meaningful way. So, you know, the Haslands are very involved in Tennessee. They've made a very strong impact here in Cleveland from their community goodwill. So have our executives, Coach Pettin, Ray Farmer, the players, our staff. They're all out in the community doing something. Earlier this week, we had some staff that went out to Hope Lodge to help serve meals to families who have been impacted by cancer. We have some fans who are doing food drives because it was just, you know, Hunger Awareness Month last month. So there's a lot that's going on, and we just want people to have the conversation about giving back and doing more.
You brought some T-shirts with you, and you brought some wristbands. The wristbands say Browns, hashtag Give10.
Yes.
And if we wear those, this is just a little reminder of what we should be doing. I'll slip mine on right here.
That's exactly right. It's a reminder and it's a statement. You see players wearing these. If you sign up, if you're at a school and you're a teacher and you have a project going on with your class, go online, sign up as a group, and we'll send you a toolkit, which is the sign that you have there. We have these wristbands, and we also have other incentives just to keep the momentum going and just to really have that conversation. Because if you're a Browns fan and you're giving back, get your wristband, wear it with pride, and then share your story.
Why did the Browns decide to do this? What was the impetus behind this?
We decided to do it because we have so many fans that are always talking to us about what they're doing. We have new players coming to the team, players who have been here for a while, and they're all doing something. And we know that just because we're partnering with the United Way of Greater Cleveland, for example, we know that they're going to do something something on their own, in their own meaningful way. And we want to just have that platform that unites all of us. So that's what First and 10 does. It's a unifier. If you're on Twitter, share your story through hashtag Give10. And just let's be in this together. Let's make positive change in our community. And let's like really be the fans of the community. I know we have awesome fans in the dog pound every Sunday. We have a Monday night game coming up, a Thursday night game coming up.
We're back on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, we have all these great things, so a lot of reason to cheer on the field. It's going to be a great season, but you know, during the off season and all year round, there's a time to give back. And even if you're a little boy in a neighborhood and your neighbor is on crutches and they can't get their garbage can to the end of the street, help out, lend a hand. You're making a difference.
Yeah, you brought T-shirts with you as well.
I
mean, T-shirts that say talk about the Browns for First and 10 campaign and hashtag Give10. Just as a reminder, we appreciate you bringing that by the television station. You are excited about this campaign.
Very much
in
so.
Community relations over there. This is what you do.
It is.
This keeps the blood flowing, doesn't it?
It is. It is. Giving back to the community, as I mentioned, is so important. And equally as important, youth football. Think about it. We would not be here today if there weren't youth football players on the field. And from a volunteer standpoint, I can tell you, on Saturdays when I'm driving around in my local community, I see all these fields full of kids playing youth football. And if you take a deeper look, you see coaches. And those are volunteer coaches who are committing their time and making a difference to inspire young kids, boys and girls, to love flag football. So right there, I mean, that's a story in and of itself. But if you just take a look around in your community, there's something that can be done. There's people that can inspire you, and why not be a leader?
Let's put the numbers on the letters on the screen again. It's clevelandbrowns.com/community, or you can follow on Twitter at Browns Give Back. You can follow on Twitter at Browns Give Back.
And then use that hashtag Give10.
Yeah. It's a wonderful idea, all of that, hashtag Give10. And the First and 10, this is what it's all about.
Yes.
And that's what we want to see when the Browns take the football field this season. We want to see time after time. The referee says, First and 10, Cleveland Browns, Browns with the ball, Browns moving.
Yep, and we're going to win those games.
We're going to win games, and why don't we go all the way this year? Wouldn't that be nice?
I'm ready. I am ready, and I'll be cheering loud.
Many thanks. Jenna Takansig, Director of Community Relations for the Cleveland Browns, your Cleveland Browns. Thank you for being on the broadcast.
Thank you, Leon.
It's First and 10. Let's score. I'll be right back in just a moment. We're going to talk about International Awareness Day. We'll talk to the women of Delta Sigma Theta after we do this first. Welcome back to Kaleidoscope. Good to have you with us today. You know, the Greater Cleveland Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated hosts an International Awareness Day event. It's going to be at Eliza Bryant Village in Cleveland on Wade Park Avenue on May the 16th. Lori Washington and Vicki Hart are both here to tell us more about the event, which is free and open to the public. Lori Hart seated on your right and Vicki seated on the left of the screen. Good to have you with us, members of Delta Sigma Theta.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's a wonderful sorority, isn't it?
Of course, yes.
A college sorority, and after you get out of college, you stay involved, right?
It's a lifetime commitment.
Yeah, lifetime commitment. Yeah. Well, what are some of the programs that you offer by the Greater Cleveland Alumni Chapter?
Well, some of the programs we offer, basically, they cover our 5-point thrust, which international awareness is part of. It includes educational awareness, political action, and
all kinds of
programs. Exactly.
And I know one of the big ones that you've got coming up is International Awareness Day.
Exactly.
Tell me a little bit about International Awareness Day, Vicki.
Okay. Well, International Awareness Day is an event that we'll have with speakers. It's open for all different age groups, where we want you to be able to learn for the community about things that are going on internationally, and a lot of fun activities that we will have to be able to bring that across in performances.
Certainly the world has gotten smaller, and we are all drawn closely together, and we have international relations and all kinds of things that have an international scope to it. Yes. What's going to happen? What's going to happen at this event? And I see you're going to have it at the Eliza Bryant Village on Saturday, May the 16th, and the Eliza Bryant Village, by the way, is at 7201 Wade Park Avenue. What's going to happen at this event?
Well, we've lined up up to five speakers. They cover topics including food and food as medicine, the Muslim religion, faith facts versus fiction. We'll also be covering information on fair trade. Also, there will be African dance. Participation is a requirement in this. And lastly, but not least, biking around the world, bicycling around the world.
So all kinds of things. And this is free and open to the public, right, Vicki?
It's free and open to the public, yes.
I've got a placard which they brought with you, a little card there that gives you a little more information as we continue to talk about it. By the way, you can go to international awareness at dstcleveland.org. More information on everything we're talking about as we continue our conversation. Vicki, tell me about the work of the sorority now. The sorority, it was fun in college and it's fun after college. I'm a fraternity man, of course, so I know about fraternities and sororities. Alpha Phi Alpha, if you don't mind me throwing out the plug. But it's all about commitment to helping people and making a better community. Speak to that a little bit.
Absolutely. And we do a lot of things for the community and as far as public service, and we definitely have the 5 Thrust program that Lori talked about. And this is one of our things where we're trying to be able to take care of presenting something for the community. It's free, all ages, and definitely we want to stress to bring the kids out. And as far as being a sorority member, it's a lot of work. A lot of work.
Lori, what do you want people to walk away with when they attend this International Awareness Day, Food, Fashion, and Facts from around the world at the Eliza Bryant Village on Saturday, May the 16th? What do you want them to walk away with?
The objective of the event is to bring awareness of not only who and what's going on in the world, but also to get a dialogue going on what the implications are to our communities at home in Cleveland. So basically to get an awareness going and to start a dialogue within the family. You know, it's a family event. And also, as an aside, to bring awareness of Eliza Bryant Village. It's a historical landmark. And the reason we chose it was also to include our elders in the process. And in this case, it's a lot easier to bring the people to the elders, you know, instead of bringing the elders to the location.
Because you've got folks right there at the Eliza Bryant Village. It's a wonderful facility right there at 7201 Wade Park. Once again, it's Saturday, May the 16th. And you start at the noon hour and goes until 4 o'clock.
Until 4.
The sorority is vital to us, certainly in the community. Tell me why you think it remains so vital in doing the work that it does. It's been around for 100 years or thereabouts, Delta Sigma Theta, close to it, if not right on it. Why do you think it remains so vital?
We're leaders. We have been around since 1913. We're great leaders with doing a lot of work within the community as far as in the legal field, and just recently we have Attorney General Loretta Lynch. That is part of our sorority as well.
Just confirmed by the United States Senate.
Yes. So there are a lot of different things that we do. We have cotillions for the high school girls that would become seniors in high school, and they actually present themselves after doing public service and different work within the community. We also have the program that are for our boys that would actually do different type of events as well. We have fundraisers for scholarships, and
so the work goes on even after the college days, which are fun. But the work of the sorority certainly goes on around the world. Delta Sigma Theta is certainly an international organization throughout the world. It has chapters throughout the world. Once again, it's going to be Saturday, May the 16th at the Eliza Bryant Village, 7201 Wade Park Avenue, and the admission is free. Go there and learn about a whole lot of different kinds of things because it's put on by a wonderful, wonderful organization called Delta Sigma Theta. Ladies, thank you so much for being on the broadcast.
Thank you for having us.
Lori Washington and Vicki Hart, we appreciate you being with us. I'm going to take a break right now. We're going to hear about the Rock the Catwalk event, and we'll hear about the what it's going to be doing along with the United Way of Greater Cleveland. I'll be right back in just a moment. Touch with Kaleidoscope, I'm Leon Bibb. Good to have you with us. The Women's Council of the United Way of Greater Cleveland hosts the annual Rock the Catwalk event on Thursday, May the 14th. The event co-chair, Kristen Baird-Adams, is here with United Way's Vice President of Community Impact, Tracy Jadlos, to tell us more about it. Tracy seated on the right and Kristen seated on the left. Many thanks for being with us, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Let's start with you, Tracy. Give us the overall, just a brief mission of the United Way of Greater Cleveland.
Sure. So our mission is really to advance education, income, and health in the community so that all our children have an opportunity to graduate and our families and individuals in the community are able to be financially stable.
Well, good, and thank goodness you're here.
Yeah,
Thank goodness
thank
you're
you.
here. I contribute to United Way all the time.
Thank you very
It's a
much.
wonderful thing to have. Kristen Baird-Adams, you're co-chair of Rock the Catwalk and you're senior vice president and managing partner for PNC. Thank goodness PNC Bank is here too. We appreciate that. I've got some money in PNC
Well,
Bank.
thank you for
and
that.
You're guarding it well. I do appreciate that. But you're here to talk about Rock the Catwalk. What is Rock the Catwalk?
Rock the Catwalk is one of Cleveland's greatest events of the year. It's a night of food, fun, and fashion, all for a good cause. And that is raising funds that support the terrific work of the Women's Leadership Council in the area of early childhood education and ensuring that all of our children have the opportunity to access high-quality education.
So we've got a relationship here. Rock the Catwalk is going to benefit the United Way's
Absolutely.
Women's Leadership Council of Greater Cleveland. This is going to be, I've got my notes here, Thursday, May the 14th.
Correct. At the Cleveland Museum of Art, doors open at 6:30, program begins at 8.
Yeah.
And the highlight is a fashion show featuring an amazing lineup of about 24 community models. Eric Gordon from the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, Kristen Warzoka from the Cleveland Food Bank, the great Cleveland Browns linebacker Craig Robertson, and others who share our passion for early childhood education.
I know them all, and there'll be wonderful models on the
Yes, they will.
on the catwalk, on the runway. This all benefits your organization, United Way. Now, how does this benefit you and enable you to do a better job, you and the others at the United Way?
Yeah, it absolutely helps to advance some of the work that we're trying to do. You know, again, we know how critical those first 2,000 days are with children and making sure that they're prepared and ready to enter kindergarten, and the wonderful work that the women do and the funds that this event raises, make sure that we can, you know, invest in those programs that prepare those kids so that when they walk through that very first day, you know, walk through that door, they're ready to learn.
And all of this benefits the Women's Leadership Council of the United Way of Greater Cleveland. And the United Way has been around for many years. You and I were chatting before the broadcast. That concept, United Way, actually began in Cleveland, Ohio, a long time ago, 100 years ago, if not more.
Yeah, 101 years ago. You know, Cleveland was the leader in listening to the community and giving back to the community.
Kristen Baird-Adams, why did you elect to get involved in the Rock the Catwalk event?
Well, both personally and through PNC, we have a terrific long-standing relationship with the United Way broadly here in Cleveland. The Women's Leadership Council, which is one of many ways to get involved and give back to the United Way, really struck a chord with us when it was formed because of its decision to focus on raising funds and advocating for involvement in the early childhood education realm, where at PNC it's an issue very close to our hearts. We are investing a considerable amount of time, energy, and resource through our own employees in grant making and supporting early childhood initiatives here in Cleveland and across the country.
And when we see the Rock the Catwalk event on the Thursday, May 14th, starts at, the doors open at 6:30. The event starts at 8 o'clock, Thursday, May 14th, Cleveland Museum of Art. It's right there in University Circle, 11150 East Boulevard. It's the biggest thing in University Circle, one of the biggest things in University Circle, I should say. What are we going to see on that catwalk? Now, we're going to see fashions, but we're going to see fun too. Tell me about
Correct.
that.
So we have about 24 community models who are going to be modeling the hottest fashions from area boutiques. We have a terrific lineup of local boutiques who give of their time, energy, and service. Fringe and Lisa Moran and J3 and a whole host of other boutiques that donate clothing and accessories for the fashion show. But most importantly, what you'll see is an energy and enthusiasm like nothing we've ever seen before in this community in support of early childhood education. Our partner through the Women's Leadership Council is the Centers for Families and Children. And as Tracy mentioned, one of the priorities of the Women's Leadership Council has been partnering on the 2,000-day pledge. And through that pledge, families and teachers are making an educational promise together to together partner and do all the right things that best position preschool children to enter kindergarten prepared for success in school and life.
Let me take a last 15 seconds here. Where can we get tickets? How do we get tickets at this event?
Sure. So general admission tickets are $125, and VIP tickets, if you want a little bit more for your experience, are $225. You can go to the UnitedWayCleveland.org website, or you can just call, or you can get tickets that day as well at the door.
We've got the phone number on the screen while you're talking, 436-2129, as you see at the bottom of the screen, 216 area code, UnitedWayCleveland.org/rock the catwalk. That says it all. Many thanks for being on the broadcast.
Thank you.
We're going to rock the catwalk. I love that.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much. Tracy Jadlos and Kristen Baird Adams, both involved. I'll be back in just a moment. Donna Dabbs of the Small Business Development Center at the Urban League of Greater Cleveland will take us home. I'll be back in a moment. Joining us right now for the Morning Exchange segment, Donna Dabbs, Director of the Small Business Development Center at the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, who always has something wonderful to say.
Good morning, Leon.
Good morning.
I'm just here to tell people, make sure they know we're there at the Urban League to help the small business owners start and grow their businesses. So we've got some great training programs, lots of education, lots of counseling, lots of one-on-one help for our small business owners.
So when they come to you, you can give them advice, but they've got to come with a plan.
They got to come with a plan. They kind of come with a plan and something going on and some questions, and we're there to help them.
Some questions, and you can provide that.
Yes.
You can provide that. Where do people make mistakes sometimes when they decide to go in business?
They don't run their numbers. You know, they're working on the dream. They see this great vision, but they haven't quantified it. They haven't said, here's how much money I need to start the business, and here's how much money I want to make to start the business. Those are the two biggest things that we think, or really the financials, the money.
So when they come in, you can offer that advice, and you tell them, but come in with a plan.
Come in with a plan.
If you don't have a plan, if you just say, I want to be in business and I don't quite know what I want to do with it yet, then you need to go home and work on
research,
that. Do a little research.
We can give you some ideas, but, you know, of course, the passion has to be there, the interest and the knowledge has to be there.
And the willingness to work.
Absolutely.
Doesn't that works all the time?
All the time.
Hard work will never go away. Many thanks, Donna Dabbs of the Urban League. Thank you for being with us. I'm Leon Bibb. My pleasure. Take care, everybody.
Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.